Hello everyone, I am Super Mario Sonic Lover, and welcome to Let's Replay Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1. So, yeah, the last time I played this game, or LP this game for the channel, was back during my camera days. It was a really long time ago now, and, well, I know I keep saying that Sonic Adventure is going to be the next Sonic game that I'm going to do, and, well, the last time I wasn't exactly lying. The next main Sonic game I'm gonna do for weekdays is Sonic Adventure, but the next Sonic game in general is Sonic 4 because I want to do this before I get to Adventure 1, and you know the Sonic 4 series is really short. I can get through both of these games in 2 sessions, one for each game. So yeah, felt like it would be time to go back to this game, and this time we're actually playing through the game on the PS3 because if you know about the whole episode metal thing, then basically you have to get both episodes on the same console and you get episode metal. So I had to rebuy episode 1 and also episode 2 on the PS3 because I have the first episode on the Wii and the second on Steam, but I can't really record Steam stuff efficiently, and also episode 2 isn't on the Wii, so I had to buy both games again, unfortunately. But hey, what are you gonna do? Anyways, though, enough of my rambling. Let's start this, shall we? So let's begin Sonic 4 Episode 1. So, right off the bat, you probably, well, as soon as we get into the game here, you're probably noticing the pretty big similarity between this and Green Hill and Emerald Hill. Well, that's basically a thing with this game, is that a lot of the zones in this game, rather, are really heavily reminiscent of zones back from Sonic 1 and 2. Mainly, I want to say more so Sonic 2 than 1, but I'm kind of like 50-50 on it. Like, I'm not really a big fan of like them reusing areas from the previous games. Like, I would much prefer them to come up with completely new zones and ideas and stuff like that. But I totally get the thought process of them trying to make this familiar for old fans and all that, and bringing back old bandits and classic environments and stuff like that. So I can kind of understand what they were going for with this, but with the title of like Sonic 4, I just expect there to be a gradual continuation from Sonic 3 and K, you know? Because like, that game had, what, 14 to 15 or so zones overall. So it's kind of a letdown to see that the sequel is basically a much shorter experience than that, a much shorter experience than Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and the zones in this game are not carbon copies per se, but they are way too similar sometimes. Well, they do feel a bit too similar, yeah. Anyways, though, these are the special stages. They're really reminiscent of Sonic 1, but I actually prefer these ones because it's a lot easier to control. You're not actually controlling Sonic in this version of the special stage. You're actually controlling the movement of the stage or whatever. Like, you're moving the actual stage around with the analog and I was about to say D-stick, D-pad, and I just find it a lot more bearable than the ones in Sonic 1 because you have a lot more control over Sonic, where Sonic goes in this, because the stage doesn't move by itself, so you don't have to worry about Sonic just going all over the place and you just being sick from it. So it's a lot more bearable. It's probably a lot easier than the ones in Sonic 1, but it does have its fair share of like evil. Well, I wouldn't really say evil, but it does have its fair share of like annoying level design choices and stuff like that, but I don't think it's like as bad to go through. And it's refreshing to see it come back because the Sonic 1 special stages aren't really used that often, so it's nice to see them brought back here, as opposed to having the Sonic 2 special stages like just destroy, like, I don't even know, like the Sonic 2 special stages are just like overused to all hell and all that. So it's nice to see that come back. But yeah, one thing you're probably noticing that I've been doing like constantly is the homing attack, which is well, I wouldn't really say brand new because it's been here since SA1, and yeah, it's not really a new power up for the Sonic series as a whole, but it's new for the classic. Well, would I even say that? Because in for 2D Sonic games, Sonic Rush had the homing attack, and yeah, I don't know, but either way, that's a feature they added for this game, which is kind of pointless in all honesty, because the whole point of the homing attack being in Sonic Adventure and the 3D games in general was because it was a lot more difficult to actually like hit an enemy by jumping on it on a 3D plane and stuff like that. But with 2D, it's a lot more simple. But for some reason, they decided to add homing attacking into Sonic 4, and it just kind of breaks the game because it makes enemies a lot easier to deal with than in the classic games. And when you're not attacking an enemy with it, you do a short jump dash, which is really overpowered, especially in comparison to its 3D counterpart, because if you do 2 to 3 jump dashes in a row, you're basically at top speed. It's really, really OP. Like, it's not even funny, because like you still have spin dashes and you still have the spin dash, but considering that you have like a super overpowered jump dash now, it's almost like pointless, to be honest. But yeah, that's one thing about this game, like the physics and all that. I didn't really pay much attention to that when I first played the game, because I was a lot younger when this game came out, and I didn't really think too much about physics and all this other stuff that people make a big deal of. Which, to be fair, there is a reason for that. Like, there is a big reason why people don't like the physics for this game, and potentially dislike this game entirely as a result. Like, I still think this game's decent, but it definitely could be a lot better, because when you go from Sonic 3 and Knuckles to Sonic 4, not just Episode 1, but just Sonic 4 as a whole, it's really underwhelming as a sequel. Because like the physics really aren't there at all. Like it controls well. Don't get me wrong. Like, this game is controlled fine. Like, everything works okay and it functions like perfectly fine and all that. But it doesn't have the same feeling and satisfaction of going fast as the classics do. Because a lot of the time when you're trying to go up hills and trying to be fast and like Sonic and all that, you're just going to be getting a bunch of boost pads and all that, and just springs launching you to the next area, like so, right, like here. And while it's totally fine for the game to have certain areas where there are like automated dash pads and all that, but Sonic 4 just pretty much does overdosing on it, and it kind of just like gets a control away from the player, and I'm not really a big fan of that. Like, I don't make a big fuss about the automated dash pads as much as like everyone else does, but it's definitely something that probably shouldn't have been like overused as much as it is in this game. But yeah, the physics, they work for what they are here, but it just isn't how it should be, you know? Like, episode 2 does fix it quite a bit, but it's still not quite there yet. And now we're on our third special stage, but yeah, I was gonna physics, like what was it? A lot of people do make a really big deal about it, like yeah, I can understand why people would be angry or upset rather about the physics being off, but I wouldn't really say that it's enough to make this game bad or anything. Like, it's far from a really good Sonic game or anything like that. Like I said, it's decent, but because of the physics not being like that, like a one-to-one recreation of the classic physics, I still don't think that it makes the game bad by any stretch. Like, it would definitely make the game a lot better, don't get me wrong, but I still think the game is fine enough, like, with the physics it does have. But, you know, that's just me. And anyways though, we just fail that completely. Alright then. I see how it is. But yeah, in this game, we're going back to having 3 acts, and the boss stage is actually a separate level in this game, which is a little bit weird, but hey, whatever. And boss music is like, what? Like, who came? Well, to be fair, this music wasn't designed specifically, well, composed specifically for this game, I should say. Or it didn't come from this game, rather. Basically, in the beta boss music for Sonic 3D Blast uses the exact same, well, not the exact same theme. It obviously sounds a little lower quality and all that because different, less powerful hardware and all that. But it's basically the same melody. You can look online and have a listen for yourself, but it's basically the same track as this. I just don't really understand what they were going for with it, because it doesn't have any tension. It doesn't make you feel like you're about to fight a boss or anything. It feels like you're going to a carnival or something like that. So I don't really get what they were trying to go for. But yeah,